Excellence is not a process, it is an event. This is a topic that I actually went over with my team just this last week, and I wanted to share it with you as well too. If you're not familiar, my name is Christian. I run Onyx Homes. We are a sales team based out of Southern California. We've done this year so far, already surpassed what we've done. I'm filming this at the end of July. We've already surpassed what we did all of last year. And this is one of the main things I personally have taken away as a leader growing, as a salesperson, marketer growing, is that excellence is absolutely not a process, it is an event. Now, if you watch any of my content, we follow acquisition.com, and Alex Hormozi, his wife Layla Hormozi, is actually the operator of their business. And I post a lot of his content, or rather talk about a lot of it. And I was talking with my marketing manager, Carly, or director of brand rather, and she mentioned that we should probably talk more about Layla's stuff because she talks a lot about motivational, which I like really tactical stuff, but I think the motivational portion is really important. I'm super personally motivated, and sharing this with other agents, it really has helped me in the past. So I want to share it with you as well too. So I've got this slideshow I'm gonna share with you. The same thing I went through with my team. So number one is you become excellent by repeating the same successful actions over and over without losing enthusiasm. That's the big portion there. Excellence is a process, not an event. And at the end of this, I'm going to share some real life stats with stuff that I have shared with both my team and my audience. And I'm going to talk about how low the bar is to be a successful realtor, or just to be a successful person. So winners are boring. This is something I was talking with one of my buddies I do a mastermind with about once a month. He's crushing with his team, having the most profitable year ever. We are as well too. And it's because we are doubling down on the basics. And I share this $100,000 game plan with my agents all the time, is if you can just boil your how to be successful down to what are the actions that I actually need to do? This is the boring work. This is the $100,000 game plan I talk about with my team all the time. Is that if you can generate 5 new leads every single week, which we generate more than that just for our agents alone. But if you're not in a lead generation team, 5 leads every single week, having a minimum of 15 conversations. So we track conversations in our CRM. We use Follow Up Boss. So a conversation counts as 2-minute conversation or more. 9 appointments every single week. 2 consultations, so whether that be a buyer's consultation or a listing consultation, whatever it is, and then getting 1 agreement signed, whether that be a buyer's agreement or a listing agreement. If you do that, guaranteed you're going to make $100,000. You'll likely make way more than that. So another quote that she has is aim for discipline, not motivation. So motivation is a feeling, discipline is a habit. Discipline is the key to success. So for example, I do my team meetings every single Wednesday with my team, and I wake up earlier in the mornings on Wednesday because I prep for the meeting in the morning of, before I go into a role play, before a team meeting. And I use this quote specifically because if you don't know much about me, I just had a newborn and we're in the hardly sleeping phase. And I woke up for the team meeting knowing that I needed to get my slides, knowing that I needed a message to talk about my agents, knowing that I needed to do this. And Wednesdays are my busiest day by a mile in my week. And I woke up and I was like, I do not want to go to work. I don't want to do anything. Can I call out sick? Do I think I can have my leadership team do the meeting? Because I had zero motivation to do what I needed to do. And the reality is I have the discipline. And part of this is because I know the vision of what I'm building for my personal life and my business and my career. And I have the discipline to know that how I felt yesterday, from when I felt yesterday getting ready for my team meeting, did not matter nearly as much as where I wanted to be for my vision. So I had the discipline to do what I needed to do anyway, even though I did not feel like doing it, right? So it's not about doing the thing when you feel motivated. It's about doing it because it's part of the plan of you becoming successful. And said differently, this is kind of her quote. Sorry for it being blurry. I grabbed this off of just Google Images. Sorry for copyright. If you want to follow Layla, this is a QR code to her Instagram for this particular post. But her quote, I love this. She says it all the time. She's got it plastered all over her office. Is fuck your mood, follow the plan. Right? If you don't already know that, I swear, I apologize. But she puts this all over everything, and I just love it. My director of marketing, Carly, loves this as well too, because there's a lot of days we don't feel like doing the thing. She talks about a lot where, God, I have to come up with content. We're posting 21 times a day on 4 to 5 different channels. And it can be exhausting. And it's like, it doesn't matter how you feel. If you actually want to be successful, just do what you need to do. You're not going to feel great every single day. You're not going to feel 100%, 100% of the time. Nobody ever does. So this is the plan we talk about. This is how I personally set up myself up for success. and what I share with my agent. So if you're a salesperson, this is exactly right. But honestly, if you're a business owner as well too, it fits. So how to set yourself up for success. This is what I do through time blocking. This is how I set up my time blocking calendar. So number one, first and foremost, put your days off in your calendar. If you're a salesperson, it's probably not the weekends. If you're, I joke around with our agents, like Wednesdays, non-negotiable, not a day off. And then Saturday and Sunday, you're a realtor. So like you're not going to be off on Saturday, Sunday. So pick Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, whatever day or 2 days you want to have off, pick those off and then actually block yourself off on the calendar. I know it might sound crazy. And a lot of realtors talk about, oh, I'm so busy, I can't take any time off. Most real estate agents don't work 40 hours a week, don't actually work. A lot of real estate agents waste a lot of time checking emails, and I catch myself doing this as well too. I knew that when I sat down at this desk right now, I knew that what I was going to do was film this, and then I'm going to finish another presentation for a live training. I know I needed to do that. And what did I do when I sat down? I sat down and started checking my email. Why is that? Because I have blank space on my calendar right now, and I did not actually block this to be done. I usually film all my content on Tuesdays, and I'm filming more content on Thursday. This isn't on my calendar, so I caught myself twice today already going through and just busy working. I probably wasted an hour today, probably 30 minutes doing emails before this, and another 30 minutes before doing whatever that was not moving the needle in the business. It was me just being busy. So I've been working all day, but not getting as much done as I should. And it's because I was supposed to be out of town today, and I'm not. So this is the number one thing, is pick your days off and then block them off in your calendar and follow your time blocking. Okay, so that's the number one. Number two, this is the process to setting up time blocking, how I do it's worked for me, and I coach our agents up on this all the time. Number two, set up your non-negotiable personal life. So if you have to pick up kids, if you have date night, if you have family dinner on Sunday, if you have gym, if you have Pilates, whatever, put it on your calendar. And you don't have to be like, put what it actually is if you don't want to. I think you should. We follow this in my family. And what I mean by my family is like, if Nicole, my wife, wants to go to date night on a Thursday or Friday or whatever, she blocks off date night on my calendar. And she puts off, hey, you need to leave work at this time. We're going to go to dinner from this time to this time. So because she knows that if there's that white space on my calendar, if I usually stop working at 6, 7, 8, and she blocks off 5 to 8, she knows that I'm not going to be busy at those times, assuming it was white on my calendar. Now, if she saw that I had a meeting, she probably wouldn't do that. She would pick a different time. And this is why it's incredibly important for me, because I live on my calendar, and I live and die by the saying that if it's not in the calendar, it doesn't exist. If it's not in your calendar, it's certainly not a priority, right? So putting your non-negotiable family time after your days off will help you block off your time that you actually have to work. Because the reality is, one of the hardest things about being a real estate agent is that you are your own boss. And not every single real estate agent is a good boss, right? We all got into the business for flexible schedules and to be our own boss and to not have somebody tell us what to do. And the reality is you just have to tell yourself what to do. So putting it in your calendar tells you that that's what's important. That's what you said is important. So number 3 is putting your lead generation next. Whatever your prospecting activities are, if that's calling, if that's making phone calls, if that's door knocking, if that's prospecting, if it's open houses, what do you need to do in order to do that? So let's use open houses as an example. What has to happen in order for you to do an open house? You can block off Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 5. Cool. But do you just magically get open houses? Probably not. If you have your own listings, then great, good for you. But if you don't, which most agents doing open houses aren't doing their own listings all the time. So you have to find an open house. How long does that take you? So if you have to call, text, email agents asking for open houses, how long does it actually take you to do that? So for example, I tell our agents, like, you should probably have your open house Tuesday. So Tuesday afternoon, maybe from noon to 2, you have time blocked in your calendar to prospect for your open house. When you're doing your open house from 12 to 5, let's say, well, you probably also need to put signs out. So you need to put in an hour for signs, maybe a half an hour for signs if you only put out a few. But are you going to do that 9 in the morning? Are you going to do that 8 in the morning? Or are you going to do that 6 minutes before your open house? If you have it in your calendar, you're actually going to have it blocked and you're going to be intentional about what you're actually doing. Same thing for phone calls, same thing for everything. I will say a huge bonus point here. We do this with our workshop, like our business planning workshop with our team, is if calling is your prospecting, how many calls do you actually need to hit your goals is a big question. If you don't know that number, I would highly encourage you to find it. I have another video where I walk through this, at least with our team's numbers. But if you know how many calls you need to make to hit your goal in a week, Then you can say, next question is, how many calls can you make per hour? And let's say that I can make 20 calls in 1 hour and I need to make 200 calls a week. Then I know I need whatever that math is. I think it's 20 hour or whatever the hours. We'll put the numbers on the screen. You need that many hours in your calendar of prospecting. And if you only put 5 hours in and you need 20 to hit your goal, well, do you think there's a high likelihood you're going to get your goal? No, there's not. So setting yourself up for success is this entire point of this whole presentation. I want you to set yourself up for success. Okay, so that's this guy here. All right, number 4 is put your follow-up in. So if you notice, prospecting and follow-up are different. And the reason that lead generation goes first is because that's usually what people don't want to do. Follow-up's easier. Some agents don't want to do either, and those agents don't make any money. But the agents that lead generate a lot, they make a lot of money. And even the agents that lead generate a ton and are not so great at follow-up will still make money. If you don't lead generate and you do follow-up, you probably don't have very many leads to follow up with, you're probably not making a lot of money. So you want to make sure that your lead generation is the priority and then follow up afterwards. I personally have found, even with hundreds and hundreds of leads and bringing in tons and tons of new ones, I could stay up to date with my follow-up with somewhere between 2 to 4 hours a week, generally in the evening. Pro tip, Thursday from 4 to 7 is the best time to follow up, especially if you work with a lot of buyers because they're setting up their weekends. Number 5 is use the rest of your calendar to work on your business. This is where you're working on your rocks. If you follow our business planning, we follow EOS. Your rock is really just a 90-day project. So what do you need to do in the next 90 days in order to grow your business? One of the major reasons why I have white space on my calendar and I am doing this video right now is because this is something that helps move my business forward. It helps train our agents. This is a reminder for agents can come back and watch this. And if you are watching this, you're not an agent on our team. If you're in SoCal, by the way, we are absolutely hiring. If you're full-time committed to building a successful business, willing to follow a proven process, and you are willing to put in the work required to be successful, if you hit those 4 boxes and you want to level up your business, link down in the description below or go to joinonyxhomes.com. We are hiring. Book an interview with our team. If you're not in Southern California and you want to get more like this, I have a free community. We've got over 1,700 agents in it. Link is also in the description below. You can check it out. But anyway, most real estate agents have a job. They don't really have a business. So your job is a salesperson. You are calling people, you're generating leads, you're calling people, you're following up, you're doing deals. That's the job of a real estate agent. If you want to be a business owner, that is things where you are actually building for the future. So if you are making content, if you are building out some lead generation strategy, right? Maybe you're going after a farm. You don't want to be going after your farm during peak calling hours. Maybe if you're calling your farm, you would. But if you're going to be planning an event, do you think you should be planning that event during peak calling hours or during the afternoon when everybody's at work and you're not going to be doing much of anything else anyway, nothing productive at least? So instead of checking your emails at noon, maybe you're working on your event, you're working on your rock, your project that's going to move your business forward towards your vision. I have a whole nother segment on business planning that I think you should watch if you haven't. I threw this in here as a reminder for our agents to use the resources that we have. So I make resources like this for you as an agent to help you sell more houses. I also make content very similar to this to help our agents, 1, to generate more leads to our business, and 2, to help our agents convert and nurture the leads we already have. So how do we do that? We have a blog. I have written an email every single week for the last 2-ish years, maybe a little bit more than that now. That is what I feel the most valuable, most important or valuable thing that I can share right now. Very similar to this video. So I share that with our consumer database of over 17,000 people that are subscribed to our email newsletter. And those are also blogs that live on our website. So as you can see from the screenshot here, one of those is it a good time to buy or sell? And one of the things is, I don't know. A lot of customers are asking, like, I don't know if I should buy or sell right now. So I was like, okay, let's talk about the pros and cons of doing either one right now. Because there's not a one-size-fits-all answer. Here's the pros and cons of buying and selling right now. So all the agents on our team can use this as a resource. This goes out to our entire database. This just simply adds value to our customers. And the other one that's on here is a July Orange County housing market update. This is for our local market here. We do this every single month. And you can see, if you can see this small, we have all of these like 200 different blogs on this website of past stuff. Now, we also have an Instagram and a TikTok channel. If you're not following these and you want to see how we're generating leads on social, check these out. We started these 90 days ago, like literally 90 days ago. And we have 2,600 followers on Instagram, 7,000. It's more like 8,000 now on TikTok. But this here, if you can't read this, we have 480,000 views in the last 30 days, and we are 90 days into this. So if you want to see how we're doing this, go ahead and follow these. Last thing is our YouTube channel. So we have a YouTube channel here. This is me and my personal brand. I like talking to agents. I also make consumer-facing content to, like I said, generate leads, convert, and nurture. So we have a YouTube channel with 792 videos, almost 1,600 subscribers. We're gaining about 50, 60 every single week now. And this just keeps chunking up and up and up and up. But it's resources for our agents to send to their clients, and it's also bringing new clients in. This particular video here, Save Thousands When Buying a Home, is the most boring video of all time. It is an hour video of me going through our buyer strategy session, talking to the camera. And it has, on here, it has 598 views. It is a 56-minute video of me talking to the camera as if I'm talking to our customer, just like I'm talking to you right now. And this video is the most valuable thing that I can share with the buyer, and 600 people have watched it. So if I was to do a one-on-one with 600 people on this, it would take me 600 hours to do that. So this is something that is incredibly valuable long-term. So I just share this because if you're not making any type of content right now, you're just constantly on a one-to-one. So that's just kind of a pro tip as well too. And this is just saying I put a lot of time into this. And this PS here, you can start building your library of content now, right? And you will be glad 5 years from now, I promise you'll be glad that you did. And the reason that I left this in here for you as well is I hate content, believe it or not. I make a lot of content. I hate it. But I know it makes the business move forward. I know that me making this video right now is going to help you as a real estate agent sell more houses. If you're watching it this far, make sure you like the video and subscribe. But hopefully you've gotten something from this, or you wouldn't just be watching this. I can't imagine, at least. So you will be glad that you did this. I will totally tie this to something else. I just had dinner last night with a really good friend who's actually a past client, and he works in the car business. And he's like, man, I know I should be making content. I'm like, dude, you get the same questions from everybody. Imagine if you just could send them a video of the car that they're looking at, or of they got a question on financing. They have a question on warranties. They got a question on service. They got a question on what is the updates that happened in 2025. Like, you could just make so much content and then use that to sell more customers. It doesn't matter what business you're in. For real estate especially, because there's so much going on and our sales cycles are so long, it is so hard to build trust that this just crushes. Anyway, here's some proof. Our monthly market update, we build this for our agents and they can send it out to their customers, or we can send it for them. But anyway, this is our 2025 housing market update, and this is just going to our agents' leads. We send this to our newsletter list. This goes over to 17,000 people. But we sent 4,600 of our agents' leads have received this email with a 62% open rate, which is monster if you don't know email very well. 62% open rate's monster. Also, this is how many people have opened it. So if you notice, it has been opened more times than people we sent it to, and not everybody opened it, right? Only 62% of people actually opened it. So that means most of the people that are opening this are opening it multiple times. They're referring back to this. And a 2% click rate also is very good. And a whopping 14 people unsubscribe. So here's the thing that I alluded to in the beginning. And this is showing how low the bar is to be a successful anybody. It's just successful, period. It's really not very hard to win. You just have to actually try. Now, you're watching this video, so you are trying to get better. You're trying to get something out of this video. Hopefully you have so far. Throw it in the comments down below if you got something out of this. But this is crazy. So you're not going to remember this, but I shared this with my team 4 weeks in a row. If you do not know Alex Hormozi, so we talked about Layla earlier. This is Alex, her husband. They own a private equity company called Acquisition.com. He's launching his new book, $100 Million Money Models. He has 2 books that have come out prior to this. And I have got, they're $30 books. One's $1, one's $30. I have got so much value out of the books every single time that I make an offer. So when we made our offer to our agents, when we made our buyer strategy session, when we made our offer to what does it look like to work with us as buyers agents, same thing with sellers, I pull out the book and I follow the book. Like, that's how valuable it's been for me. when I make an advertisement, I pull out his $100 million leads book and I go to page 129 and I look at how to make call outs, how to call out avatars, how to make a good headline that is going to grab somebody's attention. So he's launching his new book, which is about $100 million money models. The idea here is that it's going to teach you how to make more money from your customers. And when he launched his $100 million leads book, he used all of the things that he teaches in the book. My point is, he did a 2-hour presentation that was an absolute masterclass in marketing and sales. And he's doing it again. And he's spending a lot of money on this. It's doing crazy stuff. Scan this QR code to register. If you're watching this after the fact, I'm sure there's a recording. So you probably get it through the QR code as well too. But anyway, I shared this with my team 4 weeks in a row. We are participating in a referral program so that if you are watching this and you scan this QR code, you will be helping our cause for referring people over. But anyway, I just want to explain this. So he is making an offer for people to do this. So of the top 10 people that refer the most get a one-on-one with him. By the way, just for reference, if you go through his workshops, which we've invested well over $50,000 to go through his workshops. If you wanted to do a one-on-one with him, it's $135,000. And it's not a one-on-one, it's a one-on-a-group. And this is for a 30-minute conversation with him, is for the top 10 people. Now, 10 out of the top 50 get entered into a pool. So he's going to do 20. And so the top 10 get it for sure. And 10 more, the top 11 through 50 also get it. Anyway, the winners are going to be able to ask whatever questions. So for example, if we happen to get on here, which you'll learn more about this in a second. If I happen to get into this, one, that would be awesome. And I would appreciate you scanning that QR code and doing the thing. But I would be asking about, like, how do we sell more houses? How would you raise your commissions? How would you generate more leads as a real estate agent? Like, how would you differentiate yourself? All the different questions for real estate specific. And so far, I have mentioned this at our 4 team meetings. And for reference, if you don't know my team very well, we have just a hair under 70 agents on our team. Okay, so that's one. I've mentioned it 4 team meetings in a row. I slacked, so like a personal message to our entire team, so all 70 people. I emailed our entire team the same message. I emailed my entire agent database, which is about 20,000 people. And I posted this inside of our free community that has 1,700 people that are in it as well too. So that's like a total of at least 20,000 people. More like 22,000 people. And this is how low the bar is for success. And mind you, what are you registering for? Great question. He is doing a 2-hour masterclass where he's giving away free stuff. He is going to be presenting how to make more money from your customers. And all you have to do is register for the webinar. Literally all it is. It's a name, phone number, email, and how much money do you make, I think is the form. So that's what we're asking people to opt into. And you get free stuff. And you don't have to go. It's literally just a lead form. Okay, so this is how low the bar is for success. 40 people have registered. 40. Now, it might be more, whatever. But like when I looked up this, 40. Which is insane. Out of 20,000 people, I paid this guy 50 grand to learn how to grow my business because I know where I'm going. I have made tons of money because I've invested in my personal education. Huge part of why I share a lot of this. And even my team of 70 agents, I would imagine half of them couldn't even fill out a form. Crazy. And then of the 20,000 people we emailed and everything else, people just don't do this. Like, no, they don't care about learning how to better themselves, become a better salesperson, become a better marketer, become a better business owner. You're watching this, so you're not that person. You probably already scanned and filled the thing out. But this just blows me away, and it's like a constant reminder. And the crazy thing is, even crazier, this is the leaderboard at the time that I did this for like the affiliate or referral program. Top 10. The top guy, this Enzo dude, he's got 1,300 signups. That's awesome. He's running paid ads, like he's doing all kinds of stuff. We're number 50 in the world with 40. Number 50 in the world with 40. It's just crazy to me. It really is. And I paid, like I said, I paid a lot of money. Most people can't fill out the form. That's the whole, like that is the point. Most people can't even bring themselves to fill out the form. They're like, I don't want to waste my time learning how to market and sell to let somebody else sell me a book, let alone attend, right? So not only do you have to fill out the form, you have to actually attend to be able to learn anything, right? And then you have to attend and you have to pay attention. Most people on webinars are not paying attention at all. So if they filled out the form, if they attended, most people are like texting on Instagram, are checking their email during it, and they're not learning anything. They're just there to feel productive. Back to the calendar. And then they have to actually pay attention, and then they have to actually execute the thing. So when I learn something, I will either put it in and be like, you know what, that was valuable. I took something away from, maybe you're watching this, you're like, I took something away from it, but I'm not going to change anything in my business. But we have executed some of the things that we've learned, and it's dramatically improved the business. And not just from him, like from all over the place. And this is why so few people are successful. It is not because of outside circumstances. It's not because the leads suck. It's because most people just don't do anywhere near, like they don't try to be successful. Just the reality of it. So being successful is a choice you make every single day. And here's I'll finish this off with another quote from Layla, is you are free to make whatever choices you want, but you are not free from the consequences of the choice. I just love that. I think it's being successful is a choice you make every single day. So I wanted to make this quick. I wanted to make this punchy. And I just wanted to share this with you because I was writing this just like pissed at how low the bar is of effort to try to be successful. And if you just implement anything, you're going to be launching yourself into success. So if you found this valuable, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in this next video.